actually gonna buy. It's called Vitabiosa. I don't really know. I just read, the bacteria cultures that are in the product, and then I go, okay, yeah, here pre and pro are mixed. That's the pill I'm taking right now, so I'm satisfied. I'm doing that for a while, and then I'm not intaking them anymore, because by then my intestines, they should just adapt to what I'm eating. They'd be a bit more like having a more of this bacteria, rather less of that one. That one changes as you change your habits eating, like throughout the year in Europe, for sure. Intestines make a transition from more cold to more hot intake. The food, cooked versus just bare fruit, bread in the summer, cornflakes with milk. We have a horrible system of eating. Our breakfast consists of cereal. There is a guy that has invented some cereal eating with a lot of fruit or mixed with banana, like chipped up banana freshly, or it's in the cereal itself. Is cereal not made from corn like the cornflakes, but of several different ingredients. Also nowadays you can buy mixtures that contain flaxseed in a form, or all sorts of dried fruit, and so that one in the morning is a lot of sugar intake actually. And then the milk we drink is a one milk, so that one is not good for us. We should look out for sheep's milk. I can buy that, that's existing in Switzerland, or goat products. Those I don't really like, but the feta cheese I mentioned. So these people on this mountaintop, they look very healthy. And it's not just that they have their own garden and there are no toxins. Beside the chemtrail residue and milk of their cows, they got the healthy lifestyle. They always wanted me to not, in that kind of, the cornflakes would be sort of liquid intake of dried pressed corn. But what we do is we have half of Flocken, which we mix with milk, or we actually can cook it with water, and that one creates a stew. Half of Flocken, HAFLOCKEN, yeah, well, that word. So that one is containing the most fat in all the corns, like compared to rice or corn or dinkel, brown here, say. So yeah, all the corns, they also in macrobiotics say stem from a different area on earth, like corn would be the Indians in America, and Gerste would be Rome. Switzerland, I wouldn't know. So, yes, I wanted to add this. Maybe I've forgotten something else. Yeah, this lacto. Oh yeah, another way to find out what is good for health is when you kind of have, I'm not sure does it exist, leaky gut, because when I learned about Andreas Moritz about the leaky gut, or actually a gallbladder detox, then you learn about detoxing. So a leaky gut would be the next thing you investigate. So right there, how you heal a leaky gut in traditional Chinese medicine, you would eat chicken brew and vegetables until it has healed off. So no sugar, no much, just this chicken brew. A lot of fat and protein, probably it is, I don't know. So that one would heal a leaky gut. And then they also say build up a system within that healed leaky gut. The walls of that system have been repaired. They then would try to put those bacteria's pre and probiotics in there. And probiotics actually also are the earth around veggies. So when they're not totally clean, it seems those bacteria from the earth help us as well to create a system. So I had bought chicken brew, but I couldn't intake it. I'm not into eating animals like that when they have to die. Eggs are maybe okay, I'm not sure. I don't really want to intake eggs. Don't like the way chicken are held. So, but how would you, once something has gone wrong, return to health? Well, the all-over method in traditional Chinese medicine for this problem is chicken brew and vegetables until you start eating anything else. Then some other people say the blueberries helps. It has a blueberries. Then just a few things like on the way to back to the healthy guts. That one has helped me a lot because it also states what you should not intake if something, like if you get sick and you have fear that your digestion system isn't really running good. It could be leaky gut. So it helps that they say, no sugars, no bread, no artificial flavors, no Weizen, Weizen, that one in German. Not at all. Some cultivated stuff that now we do take in regularly actually aren't that old as humanity is. They just have been created by men recently, like broccoli, for example. So actually those I consider hybrids. So that's like a next step. If you then want to go back to the nutritional density thought, then of all the things existing, the most nutrition you get out from organic oils or the intestines of animals. Oh, sad fact. So what do we do if we don't want to eat animals? Well, further down you find that also very helpful, maybe on second or third place already, the nuts. Everything nuts. That one you intake best and it has the highest nutritional benefit. All the factors concerned. And then it is way down. The fruits and the veggies are like on the 14th place. How effective it is to actually eat fruit and veggies, just to get to that amount of minerals and all of that stuff. Secondary plant substances. So the nuts, not really almond though, but the others. Not really sunflower though, too much omega-6, so by itself it's actually not helping. But walnuts, of course. And the Halloween fruit, what is it called? Yeah, that one too. Yeah, and then all the other sweet nuts, they are more for nutrition. Those two I have just mentioned are also healing nuts. With those you can heal. And then like for eating it's macadamia and so on, but not really chia, not soy at all. Yeah. So yeah, some health, what experiences are having been made in the medicine health region, maybe in eastern countries, just by applying to herbs helps. And they've over the year thousands gathered knowledge that they now know is approved because time has shown so. They've healed people with this procedure, so that one helps a lot too. And of course, YouTube. Bye bye. I wanted to add something, as usual. Yeah, the church, as I know, has not been killing any witches, but it has seeded the thought or the fear of the folks at those times to be killed off if they throw around with too much knowledge about, healing anybody's illness or taking off someone's burden by talking. It was the church. They wanted to tax the people throughout, into eternity, of course, and also into oblivion somehow. And they wanted to be the address if someone has so-called psychological problems. Nowadays, you turn to Google, you Google it, and then you get to see, okay, the keto diet is very popular, but also in the long term, rather deadly. So that's why I said also YouTube is a source. That's how I meant it. Like you learn from people, you can actually watch them. And then there is studies that they mention. You look at those studies and then you're done. Like a lot of sites where they kind of talk, for example, GABA. That one also informs you about certain things they found out, studies. So I just happened to stumble upon these sites sometimes when I was investigating some ingredients. So there's people, they want to get off drugs, so they would take ibogaine. So that one stems from Africa and some reeds you can do in Peru, I guess, flying there and just detox with those heavy substances, and then you don't have the urge to drink coffee anymore. Oh well, that one doesn't work on that level. But the heavy drugs the people take. I learned about that one just because it was so close to what the pineal gland, I think it is called, this DMT substance, and the frequency 108 hertz. That one also is an interesting route I went down. Like, okay, they have like the substances someone creates when meditating on a paper, and then they try to find out what substances you could intake would mimic that. So it's ayahuasca, and when you go to ayahuasca, then that ibogaine tree is very near, so you find out about that fantastic plant by that. So yeah, it's well known that a few of the witch trials that have been pinned down by Wikipedia are mere lies. So it's the Salem witch trial that was totally fake, as shown by Michael Mattis, and believably to me. So then I went thinking about Switzerland, and in my part of Switzerland, this Anna Gölding, the witch, so-called, has been living at. And they say because of, some kind of, I don't believe that anymore. That's just myth building, as the church always did. Even the Bible is written in a way so that now it sounds like some fantasy story. Whereas by the old Essene sort of Bible, you can see as translated by Joanna Joan, just Gohn, Anna, Joanne, then like Goane, her. So it's actually saying you should take alkaline baths. You should be fasting when something isn't working right. So these are also old. Like the witch would have been knowing, in every village somebody, the witch